Hello everyone. Today's tutorial is going to be based on how to actually create this type of clothing with all the layers you see here. This little layer here, just to create something exactly like this. So I'm just going to put you through on how I was able to achieve this with the whole texturing and everything. If you can see that, actually you see that. So I'm going to put you through on how I was able to get all this done. So to start with, let's just go and create a new project. Let's create a new project. Alright, so this is our avatar. So all we have to do now is just to start the whole sketching. So to do that, I will have to go to my polygon. When you go to the polygon, you just have to look for a place where you can place it properly. So I'm going to start placing it from here. Alright, so I'm going to drag it up a little bit. I'm going to drag it to this place, so I'm going to click it here. So I'll drag this one down. Okay, or let me cancel it and start again. Okay, I'm going to click it somewhere. Okay, let's do it from here. Alright, from here, here to, okay, let's use here to here, and bring it somewhere close a bit here, and here to here, down up to here. Sorry. Alright, so you see that we have this already carved out. So the next thing I'm going to do is click on your edit pattern. I'm going to click on the edit pattern now. So once you click on the edit pattern, you're just going to click here and you're going to unfold it. That's just about it. So now we've unfolded this. Alright, so once this is unfolded, the next thing you should do is to get the whole curvature out. So I'm going to go to edit curvature. So I'll drag this down 16.4, and I'll make sure that this actually rhymes with the other one or close to it. So that was 16.4, but this will be okay. Let me just drag it a bit. Sorry, it's 164.8. So I'm going to make this one 160, just something close, 164.7. I'm going to leave it here. The next thing we have to do now is to come to this particular side here. Sorry about that. Okay, let me just go to the edit curve point now. Alright, you see this curve point here? I'm going to click it and convert curve point. Alright, do the same thing here. Click, that's right click, and convert. Alright, so you see we have this carved out. So you're just going to come here also and get this out a little bit. Sorry, that's not what we want to do. You're going to go to edit curvature. Okay, so we're going to carve this out a little bit. So you see that's out 87.3. just take note of the measurement and everything, but I'm just doing it roughly, because it's just for you to get the grasp of the whole tutorial. So drag this one to this is 87. Okay, 875. Alright, if there's a way I can take it a little bit back. 874.7. I think we're just going to use it like that. So I'm just for you to get the basic thing that we need for this whole tutorial. So that's why I'm doing this. So the next thing now that we have to do is to copy this whole pattern here. So see everything here, make sure everything is proper. You copy it and you paste it here. Simple as that. All right, see we have it here. You just paste it somewhere close. Paste it here. Double click and paste. It's taking a bit. It's not supposed to take a lot of time, but it's taking a lot of time already. All right, so once this is pasted, you now go to the 3D view. So the last one you paste, you just have to move it backwards. Just have to move it. So that one is going to stand at the back. All right. It's not that necessary, but you can flip it horizontally. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, so you also click on this one to just bring it a little bit closer, because you need them to be closer. Let me zoom it in. Sorry. All right, so that you can get it well. All right, good. Let me bring this a little bit closer. Okay. All right, so the next thing now is to get an additional pattern just down here, but we're just going to go over with this sewing first. We have to sew this up and get what we want, because we also have to cut. Yeah, but this is just a tutorial just for you to get the basics on some particular thing, just for you to know some things. So I'm going to do all the sewing, the 3D view. So you click on the segment sewing, so you click here and here, all sewed up. So I didn't actually do it symmetrically. If not, anything I do there will be done here, but you can do it on your own if you want to. You click here and here. Sorry, don't do that. All right, you click here and here. All right, so you click here and here, stitch them up together. See that everything is coming to place here and here. Okay, didn't get that. Okay, here. Okay, if you're to do this symmetrically, like if you're to copy it symmetrically with pattern and sewing, like Ctrl+D, you don't have to be doing the both sides, just do one side. And I'm just doing it for a proper illustration, so for you to understand it the more, in case if this is your first time. All right, so once this is done, it's either you press the space bar, or you just go directly here and click on simulate. All right, okay, you see that the hand is I need to drag it a little bit up. I don't want it to be down there. All right. Yeah, if you're doing yours, you're supposed not to allow it to go down that much. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to come right here. Let me just select the whole pattern. Still make my adjustments here. And just reduce it a little bit. Yeah, just rescale it a little bit. So it's not supposed to take a lot of time, but mine is taking a lot of time, and maybe maybe take it up to, yeah, it's not really something big. All right, let's redo it again. Okay, this is manageable, and sometimes all this might be like this because of probably the neck, you know probably the neck, maybe if it's too wide or something. So you just have to adjust all those things. So the next thing I'm going to do is, you remember that we're going to add another different cutoff pattern here, and this is too long. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go to the click on the internal polygon. So what I'm going to do, if I click on it, I'm going to cut it from here. I need this curve to be short. Alright, so I'm going to press shift to get a straight line. Sorry, it's not straight. Alright, see that? I got a straight line. It's not straight, and I'm using shift. What's happening? Okay, let me do it the last time. Okay, I'm going to come here and edit the curve point. So this curve point here, I'm going to drag it further here. Sorry, going to edit the pattern, drag it, sorry, not the edit curve point. So once this is done, I'll also do the same thing here, remember. So I'm going to go back to the polygon, internal polygon, and I'll just do this and click it. Alright, so once this is done now, alright, click here and cut. So it's going to separate this into two. You do the same thing here, click here and cut. So if you do your whole sewing, if you don't want it to be this long, you can also just sketch it, maybe from here to here, just end it here. This is all just for illustration. So you click here, you delete this. Once this is, you also delete the other one. Just taking up some time. So once this is deleted, you also click this and delete. Okay, so that's it. So the next thing I'm going to do is, I'm going to create another pattern. I'm going to create another pattern for the base. Okay, so this is what I'll do, starting from here, like this, kind of a zigzag pattern. So once this is done, sorry about that, I'm just going to do away with this. I'm going to go to the edit pattern. I'll just drag this a little bit, and I'll drag this to make this. Okay, sorry. I'm going to edit curve points. I'm just going to delete the point. So this is just a rough sketch, so the next thing to do is just to highlight this. I'm going to highlight it and copy and paste. So once this is done, the next thing you should do is to sew them up. Sorry, the segment sewing. So you click here and here to sew it up. So for this, before you actually add this, you need to come here and drag this to the back first. Click this and drag. Drag to the back. Okay, I think it's okay here. Just move it further a bit. Okay, so you go to the segment sewing. So sorry. So you click here and here, and that'll be it. So the next thing to do now is just to sew it up. You understand? So you just have to sew it all up now, because everything is okay. Here there's a little bit zigzag here, if you see that, and we don't want that zigzag here. It's crisscrossed, you understand? So I don't want it like that. So I'm just going to reverse the sewing. Alright, so don't mind all this here. If I sew it up and simulate it, you won't see some of it. So I'm going to simulate it. Okay, so you see that. So for this one here, trying to be a problem for us, what you can do is to scale it up. So hoping it wouldn't be a problem, but it's becoming one. Scale it up. And probably scale it down a bit and simulate it again. Okay, it's not supposed to be like this. Try to drag it up, drag it down, drag it up, drag it up. It's too tight. That's why it's actually behaving like this, because it's too tight. We're going to cover it up. Just drag it over. Drag it over like this. You can cover it up. Alright, see, it's all covered. See that? It's all covered now. Alright, it's all covered. You might have the arms here falling off. You might want to drag them up like this to shape them a bit, if it happens in yours. So why it's like this is because I increased the length, you understand? So it's falling up from the shoulders here. But when you're working on your own, you just have to make sure that this is not too wide, just not to get it falling off like mine. So you see, we've gotten this particular place, this particular angle we wanted. So you see that? See, we've gotten it. Alright. So the next thing I'm going to do is the last one. So what you do here is, what we do here is we'll have to add another fabric. I've just added it. We have fabric 1 here, we just have to add another one to make it fabric 2. So once that is added, you highlight this. Sorry, let me move it up. Okay, so you're going to click here, fabric 1, drag it, just click and drag. Then the second one here, this last pattern, you just do it like that, fabric 2, click and drag, click and drag. Alright, so why we're doing this is so that if you bring up any texture, and place it here, if you're to do any editing from fabric 1 is going to show up here, then any editing you do on fabric 2 will actually be done here. So now click here. First of all, you have to go to your Google or any browser you have. I use Google, so you go to your browser. If you go to your browser, you just type yellow lace fabric. Here I typed yellow lace fabric HD. So you're going to get things like this. You're going to get all this. So you just have to click the one you want. Just click it and save it. Let's say, for instance, you want this, or maybe if a client is to send you the type of fabric he's using for the design, you just click here and you just save image. Just save it to a particular folder or whatever you want to do. But I have mine saved already, so no need for that. So once that is saved, you come back to your Marvelous Designer. Once you come back to the Marvelous Designer, you click on this first fabric texture. See this button here, this one here, under beside the texture. So you click it. Once it's clicked, you now go down and search for the fabric you downloaded. Okay, this is mine. Click it, open. You see that? It is reflected here. Everything is reflected here. You see that? Everything is reflected here. Alright, so we have everything reflected here. So like the shadows casting behind are not really casting here again because we flipped it. So because it is flipped, nothing has to be casted. So I'm also going to flip here. If I don't flip here now, let me show you what I mean now. For example, for instance, let me click here, texture. We're just going to add the white lace texture below. So I use the white lace texture, fabric. Click here and click here. Okay, so that is applied already. So if I zoom it, you're going to see that. You see it? It's applied already. You see that? It's applied. But if you check back here, you see that there's a little bit kind of shadow here because it's just like the back, like it's facing inside out. So you have to flip it horizontally when you're doing your work. So let me flip it. Okay, it's not actually okay, it's supposed to actually do that, but I don't know what's happening. Okay, let me flip it back again. So why it's like this is because I actually didn't do it from the start. I didn't flip it from the start, so that's why it's like this, but you can actually work on this anyway. But for the purpose of this tutorial, just this is how you do to get it all done. So I don't want to take much of your time. So you can flip that when you're doing yours and make sure you have it all inside out. So this is the clothing. This is how it is. So if you see the lace material here, alright, the lace material with all your measurement. If you want to click the measurement, this is it. Or if you just want to view the clothing alone without the avatar, you can actually, if you want to view just the clothing alone without the avatar, what you have to do is just go here and click
hide avatar. So this is the clothing, this is it, inside, outside, and everything. So that's it. So make sure you subscribe, you hit the subscribe button below and subscribe to my channel, as I'll be bringing more videos for you, more tutorial videos for you on Blender, on Marvelous Designer, just like I did now, and Dash Studio, and so many other software that I might lay my hands on. So just don't forget to subscribe. So just hit the subscribe button. All right.